day after the tax deadline, and it is time for me to just relax and be back in my creative space and talk to you guys. All right, as you know, I am on the series Wealthy Habits, Wealth, Celebrity Mistakes and Missteps that you can learn from. Okay. And I don't have a lot of time today because I have a tea time because it is the day after the tax deadline. And I try to do a wellness check. Plus, every year I do golf for kids with the East Lake YMCA. So I invite all of you guys to join me next year because I am pre-selling this year for anybody who wants to join me next year for golf because golf is a wealthy habit. All right. In this series, last week, I talked about how you cannot avoid taxes. It's just a bad wealthy habit, not filing your taxes and then not paying them. And we learned from celebrity Wesley Snipes. Okay, today, I have had a conversation with a great friend of mine who's coming next week to speak with us. But from that conversation, here's the statement. Wealth has a system, wealth has a plan, and wealth has tools. And that's what we're going to talk about today. But next week, we're going to talk about how you can plan for wealth, not just for you. Plan for wealth for your kids and not just for you. I will be speaking with none other than Kelvin Dickerson, the People's Financial Coach, founder with he and his wife Edwina, my personal friends, great friends of mine for many, many years. They are the founders of Smarter Parents, Wealthy Kids. And we're going to be talking about how you not only plan for wealth, but you plan it for your kids. So join me next week. All right. So before I get started, I'm going to give y'all some real quick church announcements because I told you, grab your coffee. Let me take a sip of mine. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So before we get started, I just want to remind you guys that within 30 days from today, today's day 1, October 15th is the tax deadline for extended tax returns. My next PMP boot camp is coming soon. It's coming October 18th through the 22nd, and quarter 4 is coming soon. All right, that's what I got for y'all. And y'all, I'll be back right after this. Who am I? I'm Spiceda Jackson, CEO and founder of xfinancialcpa.com. I help middle-class people, entrepreneurs, small business owners, contractors be a have and not a have-not of wealth. And wealth isn't necessarily money. Wealth is just sometimes your time. Wealth is your freedom of decision. What is wealth for you outside of money? I help you have that, but I'm an accountant, so we start with numbers. Tip number 1, make sure that you know that everybody is not your client. As a matter of fact, all right, we are back and we are live at Charge. And wealth has a system. The system has tools, and the tools produce a lighthouse. That is my message for y'all today. And if you don't apply the proper system or no system at all, or you don't use the tools, you may find yourself as a rich wonder. Yes, you get the description. I created a term. It's called rich wonder. And what is a rich wonder? It is someone that we knew at one point was rich. They were their celebrity, an athlete, or someone like that. And we wondered what happened to their wealth. Yes, it was either a bad decision, right? Like our good friend Michael Vick, right? Or bad decision like Mike Tyson, racking up debt. Tiger Woods. Well, this was really my bad decision because I'm like, okay, Tiger's bad decision was the fact that, maybe he chose the wrong person. All right. Then we have Cheryl Swoop, poor money management. Okay. Then we have plenty of athletes who have lost millions of dollars, including, John Daly. He gambled it all away. bad decisions again. And next week, we talk about 15 child, we're not talk about the 15 child stars, but what you see here on the screen are child stars who lost their wealth. Because if you don't plan to succeed, you may as well plan to fail. The Bible says, and I'm going to say because the Bible told me so, the Bible says that you must plan, right? Write it down, make it plain so that you can succeed. Okay, I don't have the exact scripture off the top of my head right now, the notes up, but that's what it is. So rich wonders either made bad decisions, they were applying improper advice, not knowing what they did not know, because sometimes we miss out, or we may lose money, or we just have bad things that happen just because we just didn't know what we just didn't know, right? We have no system. We have the wrong system. We have no tools, or we misuse the tools that we have, and we focus too much on the today's lifestyle. Like we may gamble it all away. We may buy a fancy car or something like that. These are things that we've seen people do, and versus focusing on tomorrow's wealth that could grow for generations. Wealth requirements. Y'all can talk to me. Let me know if y'all got any questions out there. But that's what I wanted to get across, right? Because I've let you guys know that the Bible says that without a plan, the people perish. Yes, that's what it is. Therefore, I say unto you, my good people, my wealth producers, my wealthy havers, plan within a system that is designed for your life and use the tools that are available to you. So I say this, why dig a hole for your seed to grow with your hands when you could have dug the same hole using a shovel to help you dig easier? You could plant more seed if you had a shovel, and you can do it faster in a shorter amount of time. When we don't use the tools that are available to us, it's like digging a hole to plant with our hands when we clearly have a shovel laying up against the wall. And that's how we are with wealth when we don't have an accounting system, when we don't talk to an accountant, and when we don't have a plan. A budget is a form of a plan. But what I say is, where do you plan to be in 5 years, 10 years? What does retirement look like? What are you working for? Last week, I told the story about the bricklayers and like how the disgruntled bricklayers were upset, complaining about the heat. But there was this one bricklayer that when he was approached, he was all happy and everything. And they asked him, hey guys, why are you so happy? And well, your comrades around here are disgruntled, Landy. He says, because I'm building a cathedral. And last week I asked you guys, what are you building? When you go to work in your business, are you complaining because, hey, the customer called you? Are you complaining because your staff isn't acting right? Are you complaining because you didn't sell enough this week? Right? Are you happy because you know that you are building generational wealth, not only for you, but for your generations to come, right? That's why I have this series just for you guys, so that you're not digging with your hands. I am giving you a shovel. This podcast, Wealthy Habits, Business Combos and Coffee, if you're here joining me live. Hey, PCC. Listen, this is a tool so that you can avoid missteps, right? And so that you can be a have and not a have not, all right? This series is called Celebrity Bad Tax and Financial Advice. And I don't want to call anybody out, okay? So I'm not going to call any names, but I want you guys to just fill in the blank here. Remember so-and-so blank who must have made a ton of money when they were at the height of their career, but now they're working a 9 to 5, but now they don't have any money. Or so-and-so won the lottery, won $1 million, and now they no longer have $1 million. Why did they lose that $1 million? Because wealth has a plan, right? And this message today, I call it why are they now, not where are they now. Why are they where they are now? And what did they have not? All right, let's talk about it. I first say they had not an accountant. Are not created equally. And so obviously, if you're working with an accountant or you're talking to an accountant that, number one, doesn't understand business, if you're a business owner, you're probably in trouble. If you're working with somebody who simply does taxes and you're in business, you're probably in trouble, right? And if you feel like, hey, I do my taxes every year and I'm tired of overpaying and this crap hurts, right? You're probably with the wrong person. And lastly, if this is you, if you're around here saying, look, I'm tired of paying taxes, so I won't file my taxes, that's not good. That's called avoidance. And when you don't file your taxes and you owe taxes, that's called tax avoidance. I gotta run y'all in a few minutes, but I want to leave y'all with this. Have not, make sure that you do not avoid having an accountant, and have an accountant, have a plan, have systems, and have the tools that you need to succeed and build the wealth that you deserve so that you can live the life that you want to lead, guys. Join me next week as I interview my friend Kelvin Dickerson, and we talk about how early you can start wealth, which is now for your kids. Do you know that you can be building wealth right now, not just for you, but your kids? So let's plan not just for you. Let's also plan for your kids. I am going to say this. If you don't apply the proper system or no system, or you don't use the tools that are available to you, like an accountant, right, or an accounting system, you may find yourself a rich wonder. Let me leave you with this story that I thought about this morning myself. This is me, Spiceda original. Think about a farmer. A farmer has a plan, and he plans to plant 1,000,000 ears of corn or 1,000,000 grapes to sell. How much ground does he need to produce 1,000,000 grapes? What does he have today to help him produce 1,000,000 grapes? How much does he have today? What is the strategy to get to 1,000,000 grapes? And what is the due date that he wants to arrive to have 1,000,000 grapes? What does he have to do to get to that 1,000,000 grapes? And who will help him do it? When is it seed time and when is it harvest time for you in your business? How do you get to your 1,000,000 grapes, right? What does abundance look like for you? Is it 1,000,000 grapes? I want you between now and next week to, number one, share this podcast with your friend. You can share it on YouTube. You can share it. You can have them join the group. You can follow me on Instagram. You can go to our website, accountantthisway.com. You can even invite them to join us on the boot camp. But what I want you to think about between now and next episode, because I'll be back here live next Friday, is how do you get to your 1,000,000 grapes? If you're the farmer and your goal is to have 1,000,000 grapes, and I'm just saying grapes is a widget, how do we get there? I want you to determine, what does your life look like 10 years from now? What does your life look like when you have your 1,000,000 grapes? Some grapes you might need to sell. So like, I don't know if you guys remember the example I said, some things you need to eat and some things you need to put in the ground to grow. And I wrote here, some grapes you sell, and the abundance you convert to wine. So either way, there was a plan to grow from the harvest. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. Make your plan for your wealth. Okay? When you make a lot of money, if you got a big rich wonder, don't be a rich wonder, right? What are you going to do with your riches? Some of it you can use, right? You can sell as grapes. Some of it, the waste of it, like whatever, some of it you convert to wine. And some of it, you may save for later so that you can put it in the ground and grow. Okay, y'all got the example. I'm going too far with this, but I'm going to let y'all go because I got a tea time. I love y'all. Until next time, don't forget to move your profit in the right direction. And that's up. I am Spiceda Jackson, CEO and founder of xfinancecpa.com. I help middle class people just like you, entrepreneurs, contractors, etc., build wealth through accounting systems, knowing how to save on taxes, so that it can lead you to your ultimate life, and you along the way can be pocketing more profit. All right, I love y'all. Until next time, bye. You just got your taxes done.
Yes.
Can you give us the story?
Listen, I would have owed more if I did not come here. And now I feel relieved. I feel accomplished. I got a lot of things done and paid off thanks to you, 365, okay?
So listen, who had you done your taxes before you got here, and were our results different?
Yes, because I tried to do it on my own, but I was owing a lot. And coming here made a difference of more than $1,000 or $500. A significant difference.
Do you have a wealthy habit?
I'm trying to adopt wealthy habits, and therefore I need to lean on this accountant more often.
Who filed your